Oh my god.
Yes. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining my host. Go ahead, Davey.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
you.
I thought you were going to do some sort of intro then. Hello, everyone. My name's Davey A, and I'm back.
Yay!
I hope you're all well.
And I am the co-host of the roast, Juleen.
The host with the most.
Davey A. I'm sorry. I'm just so giggly and happy to be back. Oh my gosh. That was like the longest 3 months of my life.
It's been a while. It really has. A lot's happened, good and bad. You know, the pandemic's still going on around the world, but people are getting past it now and getting on with their lives and, going to see the movies, which is important.
Yes. Yes. These past 3 months, the pandemic finally caught me slipping. And I was down for the count for a while. That COVID kicked my ass.
Yeah, it's been affecting a lot of people. I mean, I did catch it myself, but thankfully not in a severe way. All I had was some fatigue and a bit of a headache, but there are people out there who have been suffering quite greatly with COVID, but I'm glad it wasn't me. So, yeah, I was lucky.
Yeah. Definitely. So, we are all gathered here today to talk about the Eternals.
5 years ago, Thanos erased half of the population of the universe. But the people of this planet brought everyone back with a snap of a finger. The sudden return of the population provided the necessary energy for the emergence to begin.
How long do we have?
7 days.
We're Eternals. We came here 7,000 years ago to protect humans from the deviants.
Why didn't you guys help fight Thanos? Or any war, all the other terrible things throughout history?
We were instructed not to interfere in any human conflicts unless deviants are involved.
By who?
We need to find the others.
I haven't seen some of them for centuries.
Hi.
Hello.
If this is what the end of the world looks like, at least we have front row seats.
You know what's never saved the planet? Your sarcasm.
We have loved these people since the day we arrived. When you love something, you protect it.
You can't protect. Any of them.
I bet you've built the perfect safe house. I mean, what's this even made of? Vibranium?
Fall collection. IKEA.
Yeah. That's
All right.
great
All right.
movie.
So,
I'm sorry.
so does it get? Are we like? I'm gonna say first of all,
Get the fuck out of here.
I can't. That if I had a sound effect of snoring, oh, here we go. Okay, the crickets go on for a long time. So anyway, so Juleen, Davey A, we're here to talk about the Eternals.
Yes, a movie that had high aspirations, being that its running time is up there with the likes of Endgame and Infinity War as one of the longest running MCU movies, was quite a statement piece, especially for characters that a lot of us aren't familiar with. Those of us who aren't like comic book purists, haven't done the research kind of thing, weren't really familiar with these characters. So to give them such a long movie was a gamble, and one that, in my opinion, wasn't worth taking.
Tell me about it. OMG. Can we just talk? I felt every single moment of that movie and not in a good way.
I think with the Eternals, again, it's one of those films where if you don't know the characters, you're not gonna kind of bond with them. You're not gonna be bothered about the journey that they're going on and the character development. With other films, other characters in the franchise, you've obviously had a lot of backstory and set up films. You know, the Captain America trilogy, Iron Man trilogy, and so on. They've been there to kind of build the fan base, build the kind of stories about those characters, so you're ready for the big movie when they all team up, like in Endgame and so on. But with the Eternals, it's kind of they've just jumped in as a team, and we're already supposed to back them. Personally, I didn't know anything about them until the movie came out, so there was no sense of excitement or a want to see them progress.
There's
But
no shame in my game. I didn't read their comics. I didn't read about them in the comics prior to this. I said, "Oh, Eternals! Oh, Marvel's coming out with something new. Are they finally gonna give me some Miles Morales? What's up?" And then no, I got Transformers coming out of the ocean. I got you ever notice how like the little monster things look just like the Transformer monsters and the alien monsters?
yeah, they had that kind of typical kind of alien vibe, you know, the whole like, you know, beastly with extra eyes and have powers and whatnot. I say whatnot quite a lot. I'll try and stop that. Um, but it's very, like you say, Transformers esque. There was just, I don't know, I just wasn't excited by the whole thing. And that's why we're here. So we can roast it and get it all out of our system.
Okay. So they're spoilers, so you have been alerted to the spoils. Okay.
Absolutely.
So the opening scene, they give us the girl from Humans, the girl, she was in Humans.
That's correct.
I
Yeah,
know
Gemma Chan, who also was in one of the Transformers movies, incidentally, which was in one of the post-credit scenes where they were meant to introduce Unicron into the Michael Bay universe. She played a mysterious character in it with a questionable American accent. However, it didn't pan out. Obviously, the Michael Bay films have kind of gone a bit downhill, but she did feature in it. So she kind of dabbled in the US kind of movie making kind of fandom. But yeah, over here, certainly most famous for being in the show Humans, where she played the robot or an android, depending on your particular outlook in life. As Cersei, the person that we're going to follow through the whole journey and the emotional glue that keeps the Eternals together. So yeah.
Yeah, she's Cersei is like if I had to describe it, she is our window, our introduction. We see everything through her lens.
Yeah, absolutely. She's definitely our viewing point of this whole scenario. She, if anything, is the only character that we kind of got behind and wanted to, you know, follow and be a fan of. one that doesn't have necessarily amazing powers. They've all got their own special gifts, but hers is more. It's empathic, so she's more heartfelt and emotional. But that, like you say, that's the window we have to get into this world of the Eternal. She's our way in to explain all these backstories and characters.
Can I just say my favorite character is the engineer, the builder. He was so
Yes.
funny. He's like, "Yeah, this is probably amazing." Boom. And he was like, it was fall collection IKEA, bro. Like that thing. Thanks for being a dick and messing up my table.
I love that though. I mean, the whole premise of the Eternals is that they're not meant to interfere with anything that's going on with humans and their development throughout the centuries. They can only interfere if they're being attacked by these creatures called the Deviants, the antagonists of the piece. However, they really want to help as much as they can, and like the scene when the guy wants to invent like a steam engine, but it's too ahead of its time. So they say, "Oh no, just make it a plow. They can garden for a change." And he was like ready to give them a steam engine, like the caveman days, and really advance the human race. No, just give them a means to dig. We'll let the development of technology happen through time. Oh, bless. He really wanted to help.
Yeah, like I thought the set pieces were really nice. I thought the cinematography was beautiful.
Yeah, it looked good. Don't get me wrong. Like you say, the cinematography, the set pieces, the visuals, really good. The kind of stuff you'd expect from Marvel, especially with the whole MCU. It's been visually stunning, lots of scenes and amazing to watch. But it's the plot. It's a bit, yeah.
The screenplay was the motivation. They couldn't even give me a twist that I didn't expect. Icarus shows up, and I'm like, he's a bad guy.
Yeah, you could say straight away. I mean,
I was like, he's a bad guy.
It was bound to happen. It was nice that he gave us a kind of a Marvel's version of Superman, I suppose, with the flight, the strength, the heat vision. It was nice for them to show what Marvel's kind of version would have been or is. I know there's alternative superheroes in the MCU that are kind of Superman like, but he was kind of like a good all rounder.
He gave me Homelander vibes.
Yes. Good shout on the Homelander. What a show the boys is. My God.
Oh, we gotta do a roast on the boys.
We can't roast the boys. Are you kidding me? It's a great show.
Because we know we're definitely gonna plate it. It's a great show. Like I want Billy Butcher. That's my dude, man. Like you sit there. I sat there and counted how many times he said "cunt," and I was like, "Yes." I was like, "Oh," and I'm over here. A lot of like cancel culture is talking about why is he gotta say "cunt" that much, and I'm like. I feel like that's a normal. I feel like that's like as common as word like fuck or something.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not offended in the way. It's not like he turned around and was like, "Hey, you girl over there, you're a fucking cunt." He just called everybody a cunt. Everybody's a cunt in this universe.
I think what helps is that he's done a really good like English Cockney accent. So when he says it, it's like a proper like East End London way of saying it. And it's not particularly a word I like to say. However, the way he says it, the way he delivers it, yeah, he does it really well. Carl Urban is a great actor, so he does it really well.
He is so fantastic. And I mean, I would like to shout out a lot of British actors that will come on screen. And let me tell you, British actors do American better than Americans do sometimes. I was watching Lauren Cohen on The Walking Dead and then Whiskey Cavalier, which was really cool. In The Walking Dead, she was like slightly Southern. She grew up on a farm in The Walking Dead. You remember?
Yeah.
But then Whiskey Cavalier, it's not a really popular show because they only had like 2 seasons, and they were competing with a lot more popular shows.
Yeah.
So when I watched it, she went from like really sweet Southern farm girl to like this like hardened FBI agent from, I think she was from New York or Connecticut or whatever, who was a complete asshole. And then
Yes.
and the like she sounded like anybody I went to school with. So I'm always blown away by British actors' ability to switch up the accent.
Yeah, we do okay. As a country, we like to emulate other countries, so we study hard and we do those accents really well. So yeah. But we kind
Oh,
of gone off on a tangent. We kind of went from Eternals to British accents in the form of Americanism. So yeah, it's nice how conversations flow.
no, yeah, we did. Cause yeah, how'd we get here? Oh, Gemma Chang.
Gemma
The way,
Chan,
the
yes,
way, yeah,
she's good, and I liked obviously later in the movie when the whole like backstory is elaborated on, and you see, and obviously again, spoiler alert here, guys. They see how they're synthetic and that they're mass produced. And I thought that was a good nod to her role as a robot in Humans because they did the same sort of thing. She played a robot, she played an android. It was kind of like a nice nod to where she kind of came from before she hit the mainstream kind of thing. And I like that. I like that little nod to what she used to play.
yeah. I really appreciated that. I guess that's not really an Easter egg though, but you
Yeah,
know what? I'm
exactly.
comfortable calling it an Easter egg.
It's what I took from it, even if it wasn't intended. That's the meaning I took from that particular scene. However, we know it's because they're essentially robots and they can be remade and rebuilt and shipped out as and when. But that part of the story just it didn't grab me. I didn't care that they were synthetic or that they were robots. Just yeah, yeah,
It's just the script, that everything just failed to awe me and surprise. It was the pacing was a problem.
yeah.
I had a real issue with the pacing.
It was real, real. It was really kind of slow. Like it was a long movie. Like I said, it's in comparisons with the likes of Endgame and Infinity War and some of the other longer MCU movies. But it didn't need to be. There wasn't enough characters and backstory to warrant such a long film. You got the gist of it in the first 10 minutes of what they're doing, why they're here, what they're here for, and where the film is taking us on this specific journey. So I don't think it needs to be as long. And I think certain actors were underused. I mean, you've got headlines like Angelina Jolie, who wasn't, in my opinion, playing a headline role. She was more of a back character, which I thought was a terrible shame.
Honestly, she played her character. It just I couldn't believe her as this character.
Yeah, she didn't portray Thena too well, to be fair.
It was like,
Yeah.
oh no. I feel like they put Kit Harington in the wrong role. They put
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie in the wrong role.
I just, whenever Kit Harington was on screen, especially in scenes later on in the movie when he was on the screen with Icarus, you just seen Rob Stark and Jon Snow, and you had your Game of Thrones vibe right there. And it really doesn't help that one of the main characters is called Cersei. You're just thinking any minute now there's going to be a red wedding, there's going to be someone playing on a lute, there's going to be someone shouting for the North or something like that.
He's
Just
the
Game of
king of
Thrones
the
with extras.
I kept looking and all I saw was Jon Snow.
He's never going to shake that off, is he? Let's be honest.
I mean, yeah, that's not Marvel's fault. That's not even the screenplay's fault. But if he would have played a different role, it would have been less time thinking Jon Snow, Jon Snow, Jon Snow.
Do you know what's mad? Do you think with all this kind of Game of Thrones actors being used, we know that Amelia Clark has been spotted filming some scenes for Secret Invasion. So is there going to be a Jon Snow and Daenerys kind of reuniting on screen and keeping all the Game of Thrones people happy. Who knows? Who knows? It could be a spoiler again. I don't know.
I'm just saying, we need a Jason Momoa reunion.
Hey, that could happen. Aquaman could turn up and go, "Hey guys."
I don't need to see any other actors from Game of Thrones. Just bring Momoa, we'll be fine. It just
All will be forgiven if he was just to walk on as a cameo.
yes. That like give me an Aquaman cameo.
He'd be like, "Oh, sorry guys, wrong comic. Sorry guys," and just swim off. That'd be great.
You just show and be like, what? No, this isn't the winner. I'll see you later.
Oh my god, this film. It seems like it's, as long as it seems like it was a rushed movie. I know that sounds kind of contradicting based on how long it runs for, but there could have been more time to maybe develop a backstory in preparation, much like they did with the build-up before Thanos. He was teased in pretty much every film in the run-up to Infinity War and Avengers Assemble and so on. There could have been time to bring the Eternals in, albeit via end scenes or cameos and stuff like that. I just think jumping straight into their adventure was a bit of a gap filler. Obviously, with Spider-Man No Way Home already out and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness pending, and a few other films, there's obviously that gap that needs filling to keep the MCU fans coming to the cinema. And I feel like this was a rushed movie. There could have been some good character development, but for me, it was very, very blase, kind of generic, vanilla experience for me. One that I wouldn't go back to.
It was, and then like it was bland. There was nothing exciting about it. And again, the set pieces were pretty cool, but that doesn't make up for the lack of the script. The pacing was so terrible.
Yeah.
You ever had to write a 2,000-word essay and been like, completed it in 500 words and then just made the words stretch, by adding a few extra is, does, ands, buts? That's what this felt like. They were like, I can do this film in about an hour, but I'm going to stretch it and milk it for everything it's worth.
Was there any scene in there where you got a bit excited about? Most MCU films and comic book films in general, there's always a scene, a key scene, or a character where you get excited about it. I'm sort of referencing things like when Captain America finally got access to Mjolnir and could wield it, when Tony Stark revealed that he was Iron Man to the press, when Nick Fury comes out and mentions he wants to start the Avengers Initiative. These kind of little cameos, these scenes that make you think, oh, what's going to happen? Was there anything for you in this film where you got excited?
No, not really. I mean, no, I was so bored. When Jon Snow got his sword, that was pretty cool. But I wasn't even excited on first watch. Like, I had to go back and look at it when you said that happened. I was like, oh shit, that's right. Okay, let me look at this again. I'm telling you, you ever get through a movie and you're just like, what did I just watch? I'm so tired.
Obviously, it's gonna set up something better. I know the Eternals will be coming back, but especially with the Kit Harington's character Dane being a member of an ancient family history in terms of MCU, and he gets this sword. And again, it's another spoiler, everyone, because his family heritage means that with this sword that has magical properties, he will become the Black Knight and will wield it as I would assume, a villain, because I think his particular character ends up being a villain in the MCU. But as he goes to touch the sword, you can see it kind of moving towards his hands. It's like the fibers of it kind of flicker between his hands. And
does he take the black again?
You know what? He just might. He just might. What I like about that scene though is that as he goes to touch the sword, you hear a voice saying, "Are you sure you want to do that?" And that is
Oh, I forgot.
on the spot there. It's
Yeah.
it's Blade, as in I can't pronounce his name. The new Blade that's going to be coming into it. That's his initial first voice. You don't see him on screen, you just hear him. But obviously, there's going to be an issue where Blade is looking for someone. Maybe the Black Knight gets involved. There was rumors that Blade and Morbius might cross over, even though they're on separate production companies. But yeah, our first teaser into Blade coming into the MCU, which is exciting because I love that particular character. Wesley Snipes made
I
it
love
amazing.
I love Blade.
So good.
I am so excited about Blade.
It's going to be great. I mean,
Oh,
I don't like the third film, Blade Trinity, the one with Ryan Reynolds in. It was goddamn awful. However, 1 and
what?
2 are fantastic. What the hell was that?
I don't know. He was like,
It was
oh,
terrible.
it was there any there was a second daywalker who saved him, and apparently the second daywalker was asleep for like 1,000 years, and then he woke up and you wouldn't you know it, he hates us.
Yeah, it's Dracula, but it's Dominic Purcell from Prison Break and the CW. He wasn't a believable vampire. You also had Triple H as a dodgy henchman vampire with that dog, that like Chihuahua style dog with the fangs and the open mouth and everything. Oh my god!
The
What?
girl with the ridiculous hair. I was like, what is this? What is this? And it's the worst part is every girl that was like wanted to take on like that style. Next thing you know, everybody was rocking that There's Something About Mary hair. And I
Yes.
was like, you got a little something in your never mind.
Is that hair gel? Oh, good, because I could use. Oh no.
Correction. We did not get on to British actors by talking about Gemma Chang. It hit me. We were talking about Billy Butcher.
Yes.
And you were talking about his accent, and I was talking about accents and actors in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You-
That's how we got here. That's the road so far.
Just in case anybody was wondering how we got onto that particular road, now there's your explanation. So now you know.
Yeah.
With any chat, especially between Julie and myself, we always kind of go off on a tangent. You can't script a conversation in life. You never have a script that you can use. You just start chatting and you see where it goes. And it takes us on many a journey, down many roads. But at some point, we will find the right route back. Don't you worry, everyone. You're in safe hands with us.
Yay. And I had to bring up accents because last time when we roasted the widow, we were talking about a dude that had a terrible Russian accent.
Ray Winston.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's an established actor. He's been in many, many, many films, but as we said, we didn't find his accent believable. Some people have got it, some people haven't, and in this case, he didn't. Oops. Sorry, Ray. Hope you're not listening. Oh, or listening, whichever.
No. Look, if you are listening, Ray, listen. Do me a favor, right? Talk about our recording, and let's have a Twitter beef. Let's have a Twitter beef.
Who doesn't love a good Twitter beef?
I'm telling. It's marketing right here. I'm the market maven.
Yes, sounds great.
Okay, so we get through how long did it take you to figure out that this dude was a bad guy?
Oh, I reckon probably the first 20 minutes or so. I started kind of analysing who's what, who can we follow. This guy's definitely got a bit of a past about him, and he's the one not to be trusted. He's the most powerful one out of them. It's obvious he was going to turn, because then there's the challenge, because the big godlike robots that create everybody, they don't interfere themselves. They send the Eternals in to do all the manipulation of the planet and so on. So they weren't going to be the big bad. I kind of half expected one to be Galactus and maybe have him come down because he's a big planet eater. But that's a bit ahead. They've yet to and again introduce the Fantastic Four back into the MCU. So maybe this time they'll get it right. Maybe.
Oh God.
But it's not Galactus. He's not one of that particular group of world creators. I just found them a bit like they didn't look to me like anything to worry about. I know they would get gigantic and they can destroy a planet, but yeah, you knew that Icarus was going to be the bad guy.
You know what, I knew he was going to be the bad guy when he flew in and said, "Hi, I'm Icarus."
Yeah. That whole thing about, is that your ex, is it? That your ex-boyfriend? Yeah. So he can fly and shoot lasers out of his eyes and stuff, yeah.
The movie wanted me to not like him. So that just when he showed up out of nowhere, saved the day, and Sprite had her little thing going on, all the little commentary. I was like, bad guy, he's gonna turn on him. Don't trust him, Gemma.
Don't trust him. Don't trust him, even though he's in the Starks. He's still a bad guy.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to tell you. See, and that's the thing. It's if you can clock the bad guy within within the first 5 or 10 minutes of his appearance, then that tells you that this movie is about to be really formulaic.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Any film where you can pretty much guess the whole plot within the first few moments, you know what's coming, you know where the plot's going to turn, you know what specific scenes are going to happen. It's like when you're watching, I don't know, like a horror film, this person's going to be the killer, they're going to jump out of this roof, they're going to jump out of this basement, don't go in that door because they're stood behind it, that kind of thing. It's predictable.
She's going to trip any second now. Watch.
They always trip, and they always run into the darkened room instead of getting the hell out of there. Nobody in their right mind in the real world would see a dark room and go running into it. They were like, no, I'm leaving, I'm calling the police, or I'll get my torch, or something.
Oh,
crazy.
Oh no, let's see. There are people in the world that will go and be like, "Hello, who's there? I've got a gun. I've got a gun. Who are you? You better come out. Show yourself."
Nobody shouts, "Show yourself." Nobody.
Show yourself.
Unless you're in the movies, of course. That's a bit different.
Yeah, I got a knife. I will hurt you.
Yeah, that's a reason to come out. When someone says, "Excuse me, I've got a knife. Can you come out, please?" No, I'm staying hiding. Sorry, you've got a knife there. I'll stay in the shadows. Thank you.
No. See, I come home and I notice someone's been in my house. Kids, stay out here. Bloop. Turn around, turn right back around. I'm gonna go right back from whence I came. I'm gonna go right back to Walmart because I spent a lot of time there. And I'm be like, "Hello? Yeah, 911. I'm out. Yeah, I'm at Walmart. I'm like a half a mile from my house, but I walked in and I know someone's in there. They moved my coffee cup was moved like 6 inches. Someone's been in my house. So no, I will not meet you there. Feel free. You got the guns and the badge and all that. You need to come handle. Serve and protect, sir. Serve and protect. I'll be shopping. Call me when it's done."
Wow. You can imagine it. It sounds like some kind of cop comedy show. They get a call. Someone said their coffee mug's been moved 6 inches. Let's kick the door down and let's go and check this mother. It'd be great. It'd be crazy.
I'm telling you. I'm just saying, you go into your house and notice someone's been in there. Are you going in or are you leaving? Because I'm leaving.
I'm literally going to get some of my most precious collectibles and I'm getting the hell out of there.
Facts. And see, my dog is friendly too. I'm telling you, if a burglar came in here with like a bone or like some sort of treat, my dog would legit go chew it in his house and then just don't bother the TV. If you bother the TV, my dog will get you.
Good advice.
I'm trying to my dog can see the TV from here.
Wow, I've got a good view of my TV. It's currently playing the Eternals right now, for reference. but I'm not watching it because it's so mind-numbingly dull.
Oh man, my husband felt like we sat down to watch the Eternals, and my husband was asleep in 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's great for relaxation purposes. It's great if you
Yeah,
if you need to get into the Zen mode and relax your body and unwind and take care of yourself. Put the Eternals on and drift off to a lovely deep sleep.
if you
Ah,
need if you need to slow your life down to an almost screeching halt, put the Eternals on. You don't even need chamomile or melatonin. Just hit play and everything will magically slow down
wow,
just like that.
amazing! It's a really good commercial, you guys. Come on.
Hey, hey, MCU, what's up? I can do your voiceovers. I can do all your commercials.
I mean, there were some things that to take from it that positive, like you've mentioned, the certain scenes, visuals, the screenplay. Were good, but I just think on screen certain aspects of it weren't portrayed well, and it went on too long. It was easily a 90-minute movie, easily.
Yeah.
They put another hour on there that we didn't need. Um,
Oh,
it's a shame. It really is.
the actor who played the inventor, I feel like he's a good actor because the Hiroshima scene,
Hmm.
at like it actually like I felt it. Like he emoted and I felt that. Like it made me like I cried a little because you
You
remember
did?
when he was standing in Hiroshima, I cried a little when he was standing in Hiroshima and he was just devastated that his work did this. He's like, I did this. I did this. Never again. I'm never like sharing my inventions with the world. He was like, you're right. And you remember that scene?
Yeah, I do. He was really passionate about making things that would help people, help humanity progress, and see it used in the wrong way. It's heart wrenching.
Yeah. And like the way he delivered those lines, and admittedly, he didn't really have a whole lot to work with. Let's just be honest. He didn't have a whole lot to work with, but he did a fantastic job.
Do you think Salma Hayek, much like Angelina Jolie, was underused? I
I
do.
think the movie could have worked without her.
Yeah, again, two high end actors who could have really taken some of the scenes, some of the film for themselves, and made it a better experience. But in a way, it was kind of like they were passing on the baton to a younger audience, kind of thing. A lot of these actors, although established, aren't as well known, certainly overseas. But it was nice to have them in there. They're both amazing actors in their own right, but I just think maybe perhaps the MCU wasn't for them.
Yeah, the actors that were established in it were established in like the 90s.
Hmm.
I believe they just kind of put them there for us, Gen Y, your 90s babies, for like nostalgia purposes. Oh,
Yeah,
look, it's Angelina Jolie, Selma Hayek, uh, Jon Snow. I don't know, but Angelina Jolie and Selma Hayek, like for real, they were really popular during the 90s. So I really feel like they put them there for
yeah.
us.
It was nice, but I just don't think they were needed. The one thing that kind of helped with the film was the comedy aspect, which was portrayed by Harish Patel, who played Karoon, the comedy sidekick to Kingo. He was great. He was great because he just was, willing to help anybody, but was really funny, and it needed that. It needed some sort of comedic element to take the serious note out of it, because why not laugh at something that's terrible when it's like end of the world scenario, you got to have a joke just to lighten the mood, I suppose. But he was a great character.
He was so funny. Any scene he was in, I laughed.
Yeah,
But
I love the fact that he was making a documentary out of the whole thing with his camcorder and filming everything. I'd love that. Be great.
I just want to know, was that girl just chilling on the ship for all that time?
I guess so.
Was she just sitting? Like, what was she doing? It was like thousands of years.
Just kicking back, watching the world go by.
And all the junk food and candy. Why do the Eternals not have cavities? Like, what is up with that?
I mean, they're synthetic, so they're
So why
technically
are
not
they
real.
eating? If they're synthetic, why? Like, how are they enjoying this?
Maybe they're like cyborgs then, human tissue and human parts and metal frames and whatnot. Who knows? I didn't want to dive too much into the backstory of them because, like I said, I didn't really care about the characters, so I didn't want to know why they were there. Which is a shame. But we are here to speak the truth and roast it and keep roasting it till it's really well done and it's burnt on the outside and it's inedible.
It was that movie's inedible. It was served inedible. It's like we're just roasting something that you already cannot eat. It's terrible.
Even with a lovely glaze on it, it's still not going to take the taste away.
If anybody knows what she was doing on the ship for thousands of years, comment us on our socials, which will be up. I've been talking about the socials, but I was like, you know what? Let me get this set up first. We've got a really bomb logo, so merch to come, stickers to come. But first things first, we will have our socials.
One scene I'd like to discuss, and it does jump right to the end. It does bring in a character who will be back in the sequel movie, possibly crossing over into other characters' MCU films, but a character portrayed by a certain British pop star who's crossed the Atlantic and playing the brother of an iconic villain. I am, of course, referring to the character Eros, who is Thanos' brother, portrayed by none other than Harry Styles. What do we think about this?
No way. That was Harry Styles.
That was Harry Styles playing Eros, who's Thanos' younger brother, who's a bit like a big kid, who wants to help the guys, unlike Thanos. But I have suspicions that he will turn on everyone, much like the Mad Titan did. So, I don't know. Did we want to see a One Direction member in the MCU? I think not. No.
I feel like my reaction is like most people's reaction. Like,
yeah, that was the big reveal at the end of the film. Oh, Harry Styles walks on as Eros. Oh, that's the big reveal, right? Okay.
Can you take a One Direction member seriously as a villain?
No. No. I mean, like I said, he comes across as a nice, happy guy who wants to help everyone, and if that's what he's playing, great. But if at some point in Eternals 2 or wherever the name of the follow up film will be, he decides to become a bad guy in it, no one's gonna follow it. No one's gonna believe it. Just not right.
I feel like most people are gonna do what I did and just laugh. Like,
yes. I mean, it could be a gamble that pays off. There's been many actors that have been chosen for superhero roles, like Ben Affleck, for example, who did a great Batman, but it was a gamble. This could turn out to be Harry Styles' greatest role ever, and it could spin him off into some amazing films. We don't know, but let's see what happens after this particular film gets made. Who knows?
Yeah, the world may never know.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, everyone who's a One Direction fan, if you are listening, but I just wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it, and I was
They
kind
need
of
to
like,
fire.
why
They
is
need to
Harry?
fire the casting director.
I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's a not very well known bunch of characters, a not very well known comic for movie fans. So it's hard to get behind the characters when you don't have a lot of backstory. Classics like Iron Man, Spider Man, Captain America, they've been around for such a long time, and at some point, someone in the world has had some sort of acknowledgement to these characters. They've worn a T-shirt with Captain America on. They've slept in pajamas that feature Iron Man. They've seen him on a TV show and other things. With the Eternals, this is their first kind of media other than in written or drawn form. So it's hard to, like I say, get behind them because we've never really experienced them before.
They really just kind of handled the promotion of that all wrong.
It's a shame.
It really is, because I mean, it had potential to be really great. It had potential to do so much, and it really just fell short.
It did, unfortunately. So,
Okay, so you ready? What do you rate it?
well, as you all know, or you will get to know, when we're roasting a film, a movie, a TV show, whatever it might be, we have a way of rating it, and that is to decide whether we would bin it or plate it. Bin it, obviously, throw it out in the trash. My questionable accent there, or the bin if you're in England, or we plate it to be served again to enjoy another time with some new vegetables and potatoes on the side. Who knows? For me though, it's going straight in the bin because I didn't need it. It was a gap filler. I didn't care about the characters. I don't care that they're coming back in another film unless they're going to help the Avengers in some way. I might be a bit more impressed. So yeah, that plate will be scraped off, and that plate itself will be destroyed. So it's been tainted by the Eternals. So that's my opinion. I would not go near it again. What about you?
I'm definitely binning it. I'm binning it and disinfecting the plate so it doesn't.
And then going to nuke the bin.
Just bin it and light the bin on fire. It's just it was over. I'd like if I had to give it a 1 through 10 rating. I'm glad we're rating it just bin it or plate it, because if I had to give it a 1 through 10, I'm like, is 0 an option?
I mean, I'd give it maybe a 1/1.5 out of a sympathy vote only, because they did make it. So I've got to give them credit for making it. But
No,
didn't enjoy
no,
it.
you get no credit for making that Marvel. None.
I mean, it was nice to see some of the Game of Thrones actors come back together on screen. That was nice. That makes up for the last season of Game of Thrones, which was god awful.
Yes, that was so like, why though?
Shocking.
Why?
Shocking.
It was so terrible.
HBO, what the hell, man? What the hell?
But Euphoria is kind of dope. HBO's show with Zendaya, it's way better than I thought it was.
Okay.
I really slept on that show. My husband was like, "Let's watch Euphoria." I was like, I read it and I'm like, so it's about a girl who does drugs and doesn't have any intention of quitting. No, I'm good.
Yeah. It was the same screenwriters as the Eternals, was it? You've already bored me to death with that one. Ugh.
No, it was really Euphoria is really great. So hey, that's something we can do. Euphoria.
Who knows? It's definitely down the road.
Definitely. Okay. So we're bidding it.
Definitely.
If I were to give it a number rating, I guess I'd give it like a 1 or 2 for interesting set pieces. Like I really like the set pieces in it.
Yeah, that makes sense. But it's a low estimation. It's in my opinion, a poor movie. And like Juleen said, if you agree or disagree, get in touch via the socials. We'd love to hear what your opinions are, good or bad. But for me, it's bad. I'm sorry, Marvel, love you, but terrible film.
This was not it. I don't know.
Never mind. All will be redeemed when Doctor Strange comes back. Don't worry.
Well, no. As far as I'm concerned, Marvel, You might come out with a masterpiece, but until you give me some Miles Morales, we are beefing.
Which is a very delicious roasted meat, by the way. Wink, wink.
Hey.
Roast beef,
All
classic.
right. Yes. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for our social media is going to be popping up. Either Davey A or I will be managing them. Just say who you want to talk to, and we will be in touch.
Yes.
So this is Davey A. You're going to say bye.
I'm going to say bye. Yes. Thank you everyone for listening. I hope you've enjoyed our roasting of this movie. But please don't hold it against us. Come back and listen to more because we've got lots more content coming your way soon. And thank you very much for your time.
Yay! And I'm Juleen, co-host of The Roast.
The host with the most, yo. The host with the most.
The host with the most, and I'm the co-host of The Roast. Thank you so much for roasting the Eternals with us. Come see us again, like next month?
Yeah, keep it coming. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Adios.